Guys, good morning. Today's morning devotion is coming from Luke chapter 4, verses 38 through 44. This is when Jesus, he had been teaching all day and healing and delivering people all night. This is when he goes to teach in the synagogues on the Sabbath, and then he goes to Simon's house after and heals his mother-in-law. Then at the end of the day, everyone starts bringing everyone to the house for healing and deliverance, and Jesus is healing people of all kinds of illnesses and diseases. So it's safe to say that Jesus is putting in major work here. And we see that the next day, instead of sleeping in, instead of taking a day off, he wakes up at the very beginning of the day and he goes to a solitary place, a place where it's just him and God, a place where he can be alone, and he goes to pray. He goes to seek the instruction and the direction of God. And this is a major lesson to be learned from Jesus, that the right move after hard work, it's not to play hard, work hard, play hard. It's not that. It's not to take a day off, to say I've earned this for myself. It's not to give ourselves rest, but it's to seek God. It's to see, God, what am I to do next? God, what do you want for me to do now? I think so often we think we earn rest, but rest is something that is given. We don't earn rest because we've worked hard enough or because we have done enough. God will give us rest when we need it. If we're working too much, God will sit us down for a moment to refocus on Him. The best thing that we can ever do after working, after fulfilling what God, or after working towards what God has called us to do, the best thing we can do next is continue to seek God, to continue to look to God to tell us what to do next. And that's exactly what Jesus does. He pulls away. He gets into a place with no distractions, and he prays to God. And Jesus' instructions were to keep on going, to keep on preaching in the other towns, because that is what he was purposed to do in that season of his life. His primary purpose for walking the earth during this time was to teach and preach the gospel, to share with people the good news that would lead them to believing in him. Healing and deliverance, it was good, it was necessary, it was often a great way to get people to believe, but it was secondary to his primary purpose of sharing the gospel. The people wanted him to stay in that place, right? The people wanted him to keep doing what he had been doing there, but God wanted him to continue on to do what he was doing there in other places for other people. Jesus could not grow comfortable in the place that he was, or in the place where people wanted him to be there, or in the place that he had already shown success. He's not there to please himself. He's not there to please people, but to please God, which means fulfilling purpose. He chose to step away and seek guidance and instruction from the Lord, and then he followed the instruction that he received from God, and it was all grounded in his purpose and his why. So the best option is to always seek God, and we have to be careful not to drift. We have to be careful not to go with the flow of what people want from us, or what people are expecting of us, or of what we may want to do ourselves, or where we're finding success, but we have to always keep the mission first. We have to keep the purpose that God has given us as central and first in our life. And the easiest way to stay on mission is to stay close to God. So yes, y'all, let's work hard at the things that God has called us to do. And after we work hard, let's continue to seek his face. Jesus woke up early the next day. He didn't even sleep in, and he sought God's face. Let us have the habit of doing the same, and then also of obeying the instruction that we receive in that quiet time that we're spending with God. You guys have a wonderful day today. Bye, y'all.